What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about Mikey Williams and his new school, Vertical Academy. This weekend they played Montverde Academy, who we all know Montverde is one of, the best high school teams, ever. Last year they produced, one of the greatest high school teams ever. And somehow heading into this year, they potentially got even better. And I've seen people online talk about this team has potentially 10 future NBA players on its team, which is just insane. I know that Montverde is a prep school, they recruit, they're kind of built for this, but it's just insane what they've been able to do and the talent that they've been able to, accumulate on their roster. But this video isn't about them. This video is about Mikey Williams and his recent performance against them. And, it seems like with every game that Mikey plays, there's either people criticizing him or people coming to his defense. And I kind of want to just give my thoughts on Mikey in his game against Montverde and just kind of his game against some of these more talented high schools that we've seen here the last few years. And I wanted to get your guys' thoughts specifically, so make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section below. But with that being said, let's get into it. So like I said in the intro, this is a new team for Mikey. This now makes it 3 different high school teams in 3 years for Mikey. And that's just a lot of change. That's new coaches, new teammates, new systems, new situations, new competition. Just a lot of, different things going on in such a short, time span for a high school player. But one thing has remained consistent for Mikey when playing, these better teams that play at a high level, and that is he hasn't played well in these games. Against Montverde this weekend, really struggled. Tried to find, a box score that would give, how he shot from the field, how he shot from 3, rebounds, assists, turnovers, anything like that. Couldn't find it online anywhere. Tried searching on, online. Twitter, everything. Couldn't find a specific box score. Only thing I could find is that he had 7 points, which, is not good. He struggled from the field, I know, missed a ton of shots. When he tried to create for himself, nothing was really falling for him. Couldn't hit up, spot up jumpers. Just couldn't really get into a flow of things. And so, as a player of Mikey's caliber, who's, a top 10 player in his class, or supposed to be a top 10 player in his class, you just kind of expect more from him. Someone who, is now an upperclassman, like I said, ranked top 10 in his class, and overall, in, basketball rankings, he should be, a top 25 type guy, regardless of class. And, he just hasn't played to that level in big time high school games, and so that's been really disappointing to see from him. And it really gets people that have that overrated opinion of him. It gives them more fuel to the fire. And you could argue that it was just a bad game for Mikey. Montverde's like I said, a stacked team. They got potentially NBA guys coming off the bench for them. And so they have obviously enough talent to key in on your best players, make life difficult for them. And, that's what they did. They made life difficult for Mikey. But the big thing to me that's really disappointing to Mikey, and I've seen a lot of people talk about it here over the last few years, is Mikey just has like a lack of effort and almost seems like a lack of respect for the game. He just doesn't play hard on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, at times he seems like he's coasting, going half speed. Almost, I get the impression from him that he's like trying to be too cool with it, playing for, Instagram highlights, YouTube highlights, whatever. He don't really care, about actually, making winning plays and being a good basketball player. And as long as he, drives baseline, one time and, misses a dunk, it's good enough for an Instagram highlight though. Can throw that into a mix, and so that's kind of the impression I get from Mikey. And I've seen a lot of other people talk about it, is that he just has, I don't know if it's a nonchalant thing, if it's just going half speed, too cool for actually trying. I'm not sure, but against a team like Montverde, you better be trying, because they will expose you, and that's what they did this weekend with him. The good news for Mikey, I guess you could say, is that this isn't something that can't be corrected. It's not like a physical limitation. He has all the physical abilities. It's just, you gotta actually try. You gotta actually start playing the game the right way. You're a 6'2" guard. You're gonna have to, actually compete on the defensive side of the ball. You can't, gamble for every steal, let your man catch it back door, and then look at your teammates like they did something wrong. Like, that's on you. You gotta actually, assert yourself defensively and, put forth some effort there, especially against, teams like Montverde who will, expose you and keep going at you and make you look really bad. Offensively, you're a 6'2" guard, like I said. You're gonna have to develop into some sort of point guard. You're not, a 2 guard really. And so it's just, there's little things with Mikey in his game that there's huge flaws there. And, like I said, fixing his effort is one of them, I think. But, I guess that's on him. You can post all the, workouts you want, working on your skill work, all that stuff. Eventually, you gotta actually apply that stuff and just prove that you're, ranked, that high for a reason. With the way he's playing right now, it's just gonna, like I said, add more fuel to the overrated, chance. There's gonna be people defending him. I get that, but like I said, you gotta prove your ranking, and eventually he's gotta show up in some of these, bigger time games against these good teams, because it hasn't been, a pretty track record for him in these games so far. So overall, those are just kind of my thoughts on Mikey and his game. I think he's talented. I think he's just got to, change his effort level. I think that's the big thing, especially in these big games. I know there's someone in the comment section going to say something about, what track record of playing bad, blah, 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 in these big games. Look him up versus, last year, Oak Hill, Sunrise, Academy, now Montverde. Probably, the 3, biggest games of his high school career, against, really good teams. Hasn't been pretty for Mikey. And so I think effort level is a big thing that needs to change for him. And, we'll see if it happens for him in the future. Against bad teams, I know you can coast and he can still get his 20. But we're talking about, big time games here. And like I said, it hasn't been pretty for him. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later.